Back in the 1940s, when I studied under Professor Okazaki, method of Jujitsu, we had what we call 4-finger hold over here, an all-finger grip. We learned to grab here like this, but I found that it wasn't good because it's not a finger technique, which you grab part of his hand. So I grabbed the hands this way, but when you do this against a really strong person, it doesn't work. So I found out by cutting down the guy's strength and giving him more strength, I went on a 3-finger hold. It worked good, so I figured that 2 fingers better, and it worked better. Then 1 finger is the weakest of all. You can control big people. But the trouble is, you get a person here, you can scream all over the place, you can't control him, see? So it's really difficult. So what I did, I controlled him by creating a rectangular base on 2 fingers, and I had better control. And from this I learned about sensitivity. By being very sensitive, I can feel him, see? When I went to Japan in 1992, on Emperor's Day, I demonstrated at the Butoku-den in Kyoto, Japan, with all the masters there. And they'd never seen this type of technique called palming. It was so simple, but yet they enjoyed it and they couldn't believe it. I was invited to several places and I could control my partner, who's a really big person, or anybody. I demonstrated at several schools and they were shocked. I could move the person. So I believe that sensitivity is very important, and sensitivity and pressure point will be the future of martial arts. Fulcrum, lever, and base are 3 important principles that I teach today. These principles are very important because it works on every technique you have. Any locking technique, you have to create a fulcrum and a base. And also the lever comes in play. For instance, here, this is called a fulcrum area, and this is the lever. And when you apply, be sure the fulcrum and the lever goes together at the same time. You get it taut and it works right away. Now, you see the play the person has? You want to eliminate play in everything you do. Whether you do judo on the mat, you close all the spaces to hold a guy down. To escape, he has to create space. So whenever there's a space, he can escape. If I hold it loose like this, he may be able to scrum all over the place, but I'll lock it. Now my arms are really relaxed, and I can control him, see? So, in case he tries to escape, I can stop him. When I was in Japan, I did this technique, and they was really surprised that I could control the guy with the flow, the transitional flow. So when you hold here, I can fight you, see? So whenever you create a base, when there's play, you can control it with your body, your leg, down on the mat, up this way. You can hold up with your hands facing up this way, and he can't do nothing about it. In case he's trying to hit you, see what happened? That's a base. There's a play. You see the play over here? You don't want the play. You want to eliminate play by holding it tight over here, and he tries to hit you like this. Wait. Index fingertip lock. You'd be surprised how weak the human body is. Though a person looks strong, but you just grab this much of his body and that's it. It's this much of his finger, you see, and you can control a big person. He can't hit you, can't punch you, can't do nothing. I know where my fulcrum is. My fulcrum is right here on my thumb. The lever pushing up, and when I do it, watch, from over here I lock it. You see this thumb where? Push it down. Don't keep it like that. Drive the thumb down. See how it goes down? Up, up. I'm in control, can take him any place now. But the closer you get to his hand, the stronger he is. So just get on fingertips where you can't slip out, see? And if your hands are wet, you just palm it. See? Control. Don't make any space now. You want to create cut all the spaces as possible. If you do this, see what happens? Close it over here. And this finger, the fulcrum moves down like a trigger. Up, up, up. Take him any place I want to. You see, I create a base right here. His palm is on my body. If I got it here, it's not so effective as getting the palm into your body. You can move him any place you want to. He can't hit you. He wants to elbow you. He can't do nothing. Black it out. This is called an index finger lock. It's normal, everybody point the fingers when they talk or they poke you in the chest. You always use your hands, you raise your hands up. It's very normal. So when a person points his finger at you, grab with this hand. If you grab with this hand, he can see you. When I worked with Bruce Lee on this, he said, I grab with this hand. He said, Wally, I could see your hand. He said, try the blind line. He explained to me, so he can't see me. He said, I grab right here and I lock it. Once I lock it, I make sure that this is the fulcrum locked tight, see? And I tighten now right here at the lever because now it's ready to shoot. It's in pain. But if you have it loose, you have to overcome play first, and then it works. You're going to fight hard. So when you lock it right here, you got him under control. You can't do a thing about it. So you lift it up, you have to control it. You can talk to the guy now. He can't hit you. Hit me as hard as possible. Right. See, I can do it without much effort. I have a lot of women that use this technique and it worked. And they tell me about it. That it's so effortless. That's why it works for women really good. The palm theory. I developed this theory in my experiment. Person points at you, you see what happened? I couldn't control him until I learned how to use the direction of the palm. The palm face sideways, move sideways. Palm face down, he goes down. Palm face up, he comes up. So you can move a person up anywhere and still control him. He can't hit you. And be sure to lock the fulcrum in tight. So if he points at you and his palm faces this way, don't bring him down, bring him down. Down is the weakest position. Once you lower a person's center of gravity, he can't kick or punch you. If he punches you, he hasn't got power because he's too stable. He must be able to move his hips. I can move him any place, see, right here, down, up. And the fulcrum is doing the job. The fulcrum is the little finger right here, see? Move him around, lock. See, I got the palm locked this way, he'll be on his toes. One of the weakest positions to fight, being on your toes, you can't punch hard, see? But you keep him down this way, and once I raise him on his toes, he can't fight. So that's the palm theory, it's controlling the person, and without hurting the person, so you can move, you know what you're doing. See? Up. Vertical wrist extension exercise. All the extension exercises have a meaning to it. They do in the correct direction of force and learning how to use your wrist properly. It's done this manner right here. But watch how this is done. You see, I'll raise my elbow up as high as I can and his hand turns slightly in. From another angle you can see what I extend his arm straight up and his arm turns slightly inward. And if I just held this far, you see where the fulcrum is, the little finger? That's how high it can go, but if I turn it sideways, it can raise the fulcrum higher. That's the reason why I did it this way. I always lock it. And when you come back strong this way, see? Because this is another exercise you could use too. So, from different angles, you see right here? See how the wrist turns? Not this way, this way. Wrist turns slightly. And be sure to extend it out. So when you apply the whole boom, that's it. That's the dislocation right away. But in practice, slowly. And the concentration is right here at the fulcrum, really, the fulcrum and the lever. But the fulcrum is the trigger. See what I do? I lift it up. Points his finger at me. First thing I do, I lock it here. You see how I lock it? Now, I can dislocate. I'm not extended yet. If I extend it, it wouldn't be the dislocation. So, all the way, see? So if I bring him here, see, I'll stop right here. But watch if I didn't, see how far the fulcrum would come up, right here? So, when I apply this technique, right here now, watch. Pulling the fulcrum tight, and the lever. So, everything is a circle. So, this exercise teaches you how to bring the fulcrum back to yourself. The motion's this way all the time, see? Bring the fulcrum, and the lever doesn't go that way. The lever goes in a circle too. There's the orbit right here. I'll control. So, Reverse rotational wrist extension exercise is done in this manner. When you turn, don't push it straight down. He can escape. Always turn sideways and move sideways. You see my palm rotating up? When I do that, I lock the joint right there, so I can use my body power instead of using my hands this way. I just lock, and that's it. I can lean on it. From this angle, you can see it. You see the thumb turning right here? And down. So one of the applications is the fingertip exercise right here. You watch, slow motion. Watch the thumb goes down. One more time. Right here, lock it. This angle. Under control. Finger locking exercise is designed so that you can develop flexibility and still have the practical application. It's done this manner. You place the fulcrum right here and the lever is in your palm, and you bend each finger backwards. Pulling at the fulcrum and bend at the lever. When you do this, take all the slack first before you do it. Don't try to do it once. Take all the slack, then slowly bend it backwards. The fulcrum, remember this, the little finger of the fulcrum, get it tight. Same here, get it tight and bend it. Index finger lock to index finger tip lock exercise. This is done so you can do a transitional change by yourself all the time. See this way? See? Notice you can transfer it to another technique. Lock this over here in the fingertip and then switch to the fingertip one. Right here. Right here. Move. Move. Right here. These are good exercises because you can shift one technique to another quickly. You develop the flexibility. Lock this way. Okay. So when your opponent turns sideways, you put a hold on him, you switch. Index finger cuticle lock. It's done in this manner. From over here doing the index finger, you switch over this way. See, watch. Always have contact. You can't do this. You'll pull his finger away. You slip. See? Always get, as I slide this, it slides under, and I get right on the fingertip right here. Right here, slips. See? Notice I always have contact. Right here. Always do it slowly because it's very painful. See right here, slip over. It can be done with any finger, but in this particular case, from here, watch it. From where I slide this way, lock it here. See? This way, lock it. Slide, and right here. Dig in the skin if you possibly can. Push in, and then as you drive the nails in, push the middle finger so you have push action in the pull, see? Not only one-way action, it's two-way action. critical transition exercise. It's done with the index finger, lock, switch to the fingertip lock to the cuticle. When you do this exercise, be sure and stick. You always have to have contact with the person right there. Right there, see your fingers? This one, this one, this one. Now watch. Brad, here, you see how this is very easy. Lock, switch. When I lock, watch, I pivot right here, catch it here. You cannot do this and grab again, it's too late. Lying index finger lock is done in this manner. When the finger points at you, lock it with your fulcrum here. Down on the mat, it's helpless. Now, to create pain, push down the fulcrum as far as you can and roll it back into you. He's in pain right now. You can't fight from this position, you're very helpless. So you can readily see that he can't do anything. And the pain is so intense that he can't fight. Dig it in. He's really helpless. Now face the palm up, he'll come up. Transitional index finger lock is done in this manner. Person points his finger at you. If you face the palm down, he'll go down. Face the palm up, he comes up. You see, remember how much control you have? Move the person any way you want to. This must be done so that you can learn how to move from one direction. He moves that way, I can bring him back. No matter what he does, you have control of him. And be sure, don't extend your arms out this way. Then you have big movements. All big movements are because the arms are free. But if you're close to your body, elbow, you always control him. Now you need a lot of wrist movement. You see, the little wrist movement you do is very small. Don't make it big because you can escape. Once you do this way, he can pull his finger off. But create a curve. See the curve right here? You move any place you want to. Down, up. I don't even have to look at him. Chest base submission is used when the person points his finger in a cross finger hole. You can control him by using your chest as a base. You have one hand free. You can move in limited space, in crowds. You can search him. When you do search him, raise him up to his toes so he'll be helpless. You raise his center of gravity, he loses power. Now, I can move any place I want to, but just lock in here, you see how mobile he gets. I use my chest as the base, and as I push my chest, he'll go forward. If I push the fingers this way, he'll go backwards. You can move any place I want to. And most important thing, I have one hand free. I can always use it. Here's how it works right here. Eliminate play. You don't want this play. You want to push it in, no play, no pain. Upper arm base submission hold is done from a cross index finger hold right here. Be sure you have a fulcrum locked to your body and lock this on your chest this way. So you can use your shoulder to take the play away. Lock this over here, and the only thing you gotta do is he tries to hit you. Control. From the back, looks this way. Notice my shoulder. Lock this over here. Take the play away. Wall search technique. When the person points his finger at you, grab his index finger. Downward. You move him toward the wall this way. And you slam him against the wall you want to. Now, in order to search him, you have to raise him so that he's gravity, be high, and he can't punch you, see? He's compensating now. And here's where the art is done right here. Place your fulcrum right here, is a little finger against his index finger, and dig it in. And reverse two-finger lock is done in this manner. Person grabs your hand, drive your knuckles between the grooves here, and then catch it right here, between the two fingers, right here. One more time. Now you move the person around. You can stand right next to him. I know in the beginning it's very inconvenient, you feel awkward, but see how easy it works? I just drive the fulcrum down and lever up during speed. Complete control. Two-finger lock. The attacker grabs my arm in a cross hold. First thing I drive my knuckles in. So, catch the fingers. One more time, right here, watch. I drive the knuckles in. So, as I'm driving in, I'm lifting up at the same time. I catch the two fingers. And this is a very important finger. The fulcrum is right here, and I can use it to control the person. If I don't have the finger here, he can move all the place. He can squirm. But once I bring this up, I'm under control. He can't do anything. And when I do this, I always bring this back at the lever. So important it is, down. Goes on his toes. Down again. Don't raise your hands up. Bend it. Under control. Yeah. Wrestlers, interlocking fingers. It's done in this manner. You see in a professional wrestling doing this, they're fighting, they're locking tight. You must create space before you move it. So I just push it a little. When I bring it outside, my fulcrum is my middle finger. And I don't try to raise my hand to raise them up, I lower my body. One more time. Normally when I get a person over here, I can lift with one hand, I can control it with one hand already. Again, once more time. This time, I bring it inward, instead outward, inward. Down. See? From over here, down. Sometimes it's good to move the person. So you have to play with it this way, different ways of moving it. See? And the last one, you turn this, so this faces the sternum, the center line really. And just like the bend over wrist lock. Okay. Grip's tight. I just need a little space, that's all I need. So when he comes in, push hard and get both fingers. You know, two fingers this way, palm faces up. When you bring it on the inside, faces up. When you bring it outside, it goes down. Now I can control in one hand only. See? Just a bend elbow wrist lock, up. Face him right here, down he goes. So I can play. So right here is the important part, how you play with this. Okay. You need to change right here. Chest shove defense using a finger lock. So the person pushes you, trap all his fingers with the blade of your hand over here and bend straight down. Okay? Trap all the fingers and bend down. But don't trap the hand, it gives him strength. Just the fingers this way. And don't go down squatting down, always lean forward towards the guy. Chest shove defense, hand and elbow lock. As soon as he pushes me, I trap his hand and I lift his arm up and I lock it. I lock my hand against my chest. Chest shove defense, elbow lock. As my opponent pushes me, I try to get his hand over here and bring it out this way. And I'll put the pressure on the fingertips by leaning forward. Once more, as he does this, another way is to lean forward and move my hand sideways this way, twisting him. From this angle, you can see it's a little different. Right here, I bring it up this way. He pushes me again, see, I move sideways. If he pushes me forward this way, his energy coming this way, and I'm trying to grab him, he'll knock me over right over. See? I can't. But as soon as he pushes, I move my body on the side and let him pass. In other words, there's no head-on collision of forces. It's one of my principles. A person push you, you don't push back, you blend. So what he does when he pushes me, I move one side. And right here I can cause a dislocation by jamming my chest forward and bring the hand forward. It'll dislocate his wrist right here. A wrist lock into a one finger lock. You're doing a wrist lock and the person resists you. You create a fulcrum with your index finger right here and turn it sideways. So the circle is this way now. See, watch. He's under control. I can move him any place, and I can probably have to go into transitions. And the secret is this move, but I'll do it slowly. You can cause a dislocation by doing it suddenly. Move this way, see, and I can do it in the transitions. Remember, the fulcrum is right here on the index finger as I turn it. And at the lever of the thumb, I pull the opposite way. Wrist lock throw into the two finger hold. From a choking position, he chokes me. I push him in the throat and move my body back as I get my wrist lock in here. From where I grab his two fingers this way. To create a fulcrum, I have to do this. Bring him up. Have total control. This right here is the rectangular base I created because otherwise it'd be a lot of play. And I use this finger as a base to prevent him from turning, see? This way he can turn, see, all over the place. Watch this. He can't. And I bring it back to him as I push it backwards. See? Right here, watch. See how I turn this? A lot of pressure on the fulcrum. One thing I do now when you try to hit me, I just turn my finger right here. Wrist lock throw into a reverse two finger lock. As you grab my wrist, I put the wrist lock throw. I use my palm on the metacarpus right here. As he goes down, I have the hold already, see? And don't hold it this way because he can pull his hand out. As soon as you get this curve, and he can't fight you. From here, you intimidate the guy, and he can't fight at all, see? I can move right next to him and he can't hit me at all. Move any direction. Palm face down, it goes down. Palm face up, it goes up. Chicken wing, vertical wrist lock. This is called chicken wing right here. When I move him, I make sure I bring him this position in submission, and this way, the circle is this way. That's when I'm moving this way, and kept his hand. Try to get under here for his fingers. As I bring his hand in the back, it'll hurt him more. This way don't hurt so much, see? I'll bring it, lift it up, he'll be in pain. And if I turn this way, he'll be in pain. So you can control him here, or you can move the place, press it any place, so he backs up here. When he backs up, I raise the elbow. If he's like this, he can't fight. The only thing you gotta do is turn this. Reverse all finger lock. I'm attempting a wrist lock throw on my attacker, and he can't straighten his hands out. I put my palm right under here, and I create a fulcrum with my fingertips right down he goes. See? Come up again. And this move right here is called a horizontal palm wrist extension. This way. So when I come right in, so this is the move you use. Okay. This way. Slow motion. Compress all finger lock. It's done with wrist lock throw, finger pressing down. Compress all the fingers. And here's how you do it. When you compress the fingers over here, get the fingertips. Not on a nail. On a nail doesn't work. But right on fingertips, and you use this motion. Right here. No. Right on the tip, you see it right here. Ring finger hole. In Okazaki system, we have what they call a ring finger hole, a yubitori. Grab one finger. It's done this manner with the index finger and the back here, and push down on the fingernails. But I found that with this you can escape if he does it properly. Close his finger, push to me, and pushes out. See? Okay. As soon as he pushes to me, I'm going to push back, and he's on his way out. Right here. So I devised another system by using the index finger as security, and this locks him. See, I can hold him here now, he can't push away. He still got him here. So you want to push from the middle finger as a base and push down on the fingertips. Not on the nail now, it doesn't hurt. Watch the fingertips. So simple as that. And when you get this, you want, in case you want to move him, turn it sideways and push it in his gut area. He's off balance. In my principles, I have 10 principles. Off balance is so important. Balance, put me in position, but imbalance, put him in bad position. See, I have him right there. I have him under control. He can't fight me. So right here, just turn sideways. And it's very painful because you're concentrating all your energy in one little point is all. rear chest grab, finger lock. I had one of my students who attacked once. She had only a first lesson. The guy grabbed her, and first thing she did, she struggled. After that, she said, I realized, Professor, she said, don't try to match strength of a man. Grab an available finger, pull in your body, and bend it back. My body is a base right now. I just turn around, let it down. From this position, as soon as he grabs, I use the cross hand over, and the fulcrum is right here. Pull in the fulcrum and bend the lever. See, use your body as base. You got it under control. That's why I say base is very important. There's a lot of play, and you have to overcome play. See, but you grab here, this part, pull in the fulcrum to your body and lock it. And right here is a base. I create a base right here. Down and back. See. Then he can't do anything. Only thing he can do is he'll be in trouble. So remember now, creating a base is so important. Right, create a base. See, right here, creating the base where the fulcrum is, and you turn it over and down. Okay, don't do this. Your body is very important. That's where your fulcrum is. You lay on it, down. Rear underarm waist grab using finger lock. When a person grabs you really tight over here, he's trying to lift you, you'll get a hard time. So always think down, you get heavy. See, I think down, I'll get heavier. First thing I'll do, I'll drive my knuckles right into the grooves here. Now watch, I lock it here and I got them on control. Lock to my body, I turn around and down. The best position, don't forget to flatten him out. You can't fight. Okay, once more, see. I grab this way with this hand. I lock it to my body and turn around, I let him down. There's another alternate way too, see. Once you break him over here, if you grab with this hand, you can't create a good fulcrum. You just place your finger here. So you just place your finger right here. Create a fulcrum. So it doesn't matter which hand you grab. If you grab this hand, there's space here, you place a fulcrum. If you grab with this side, the opposite side, I mean the cross side, you see how easy it is? Lock to your body now. Don't let it come out. Lock to your body, turn around. Got them under control, see? And you can also subdue the person with your body, see? Create a base. Flatten him out worse. Okay. Now stay there. Don't slap. It's on command, he'll do it because the pain is so intense. A rear underarm waist grab into a vertical finger lock. It's done in this manner. The person grabs you on the waist here, and if you hold tight, try to lower your body down. Lower your center of gravity, you have more power this way. Now you drive the knuckles into the groove on the back of the hand, you grab the finger on the same side. Watch. As I bend it backwards, I lock it right here. I control him all the way through, I get under him. And I'm got in this position, now one thing I twist sideways. This angle, twist. And you do that very slowly because it's very painful. You got the guy under control, you can take him any place you want to. He can't elbow you, there's no way. Okay, one more time from this side, you can see better. I drive knuckle into the back of his hand. I grab one finger. And drive, lift up this way. See, I put pressure right there, torque right here. I get under, lock to my body. Now I turn it this way now, counterclockwise. Can you see it counterclockwise right here? Or just move my body. Okay, one more time. See right here? See, I stick close to him right here. And now counterclockwise, or I push him away at the same time. Handcuff critical technique. Once a police officer asked me, how would you handcuff a person? He had one hand over, controlled the person, and he couldn't make his suspect bring his hand back. So there's a lot of things you can do. You can lift up this way, but the easier would be pain compliance technique. In other words, if I grab him, he resists me. I try it again. I can't do anything. So only thing I do, put it right on this cuticle right here. I say, bring your hand back, please.
No.
Bring it back, please. See how simple it is? One more time. If you refuse to, you can grab this, slide your thumb right here, and squeeze at the cuticle. In fact, you want to hurt him more, drive the nails right into his finger. Bring your hand back, please. You call it pain compliance technique. You see why? One more time. It's so simple. You hold here, any finger, doesn't matter. Just squeeze the cuticle. Bring your hand back, please. Bring your hand back, please. See, I've got him handcuffed right here. A lapel grab defense using a thumb lock. As your attacker grabs you right here, first thing you do, you want to cup the tip of his finger with your palm right here, near the thumb right here, and pull in this way. That's all you do, you see. This movement. Slow motion this way, right here, and use this part right here. Pull in at the base of the thumb right here. First thing you grab, turn sideways. If he raises his hand to hit you, you gotta do it fast. One more time. I'm going to show you slowly how to grab here and cup it. Let's do it from this angle over here. So right here, I cup it. See where I grab behind his thumb right here? One more time, see? If he pulls you in, you gotta go with him. I got him under control. Slow motion again, one more time please. Right here. Handshake defense using a thumb lock. This is done in this manner right here. Person grips you. First thing you want to peel off the thumb sideways and create a fulcrum. The fulcrum is his middle fingers here. Again, peel off this one over here and create a fulcrum. One more time. Peel off this way. Create a fulcrum. Some people do this with an Okazaki system, which is just as good, I think. See right here? You peel off right here and bend it backwards. Now from this angle over here, when I do that, you see I peel off over here and place my thumb here. Once more, this angle, see the lock right here? Hand grab defense using a thumb lock. Person grabs you right here. First thing you do, peel off the thumb, get it close to your body over here, your fingers over here. Don't lift it up. Slide it here and create a fulcrum. The fulcrum is either finger, the middle one or the index finger. That's where it is. The fulcrum right here and this is the lever, see? Peel it off this way and lock it. From this angle, as I peel it off right here, now you can see where the fulcrum is and the lever is here. Watch. And the rotation is this way. Once more. Peel it off close to the body and from the fulcrum to the lever gotta be tight. Two finger transitional flows. Person attacks you, distract him, bring down the ground. This is a two finger transitional flow right here. Starts here. Produce pain by rotating your finger here, rotating the fulcrum. Now from there you can all the control is here. Oh, finish. In closing, I'd like to say that this tape represents 50 years of research, trial and error. To become successful, I had to study other styles from Ken Kawachi, my judo instructor, which I have to thank him. He showed me the two-way action, and now I can identify it as fulcrum lever base. And I must thank Judge Dillman for the many things he showed me about the pressure points. I was using pressure points before, but I didn't know what it's all about until Mr. Dillman came along and showed me that. And I have to thank James DeMille for the finish that he showed me, the explosive finish. You'll notice on the picture, I'm hitting this guy with a 3-inch punch through a 3-inch phone book. And I lifted him completely off the ground through the explosive finish of the wrist. And he was in shock. You can see his head snap back. And look at the mirror, you can see the legs left the ground. And it was all through James DeMille, instructor of, and also student of Bruce Lee. And I like to say that he taught me from that how to explode in a finish, which is so important. And I've changed quite a bit since that explosive finish. Thank you.